What's going on, traders? We're back with another weekly forecast. I hope everybody had a good trading week. Hopefully we can all kill it this week. I know myself, I've been struggling lately, and I know a lot of supply and demand traders that have been getting crushed lately. I'm not too sure what's going on, but hopefully we can turn it around this week and for the rest of the month. We'll start off with the dollar here. The dollar's clearly sitting in this demand zone, or it already reacted off it rather. It looks like we had a nice push up. There was a demand zone right here, or a buying zone. It got pushed through. I don't know. To me, it looks like it's going to come and test here again, maybe a little bit deeper. But really, there's not much till about here as far as supply goes. It's all red candles all the way down here. This is for the dollar too, in case I didn't say it, but. Anyways, we'll start off with Aussie US dollar. Just want to let you guys know where we're sitting at with the US dollar. So we have this supply zone right here. Still reacting off of that. The Aussie pairs I haven't even touched an Aussie pair in like 3 weeks, I'm pretty sure. Because we've been in this range for a while. Got some demand down here. We'll draw it when we get there, but you know, right now Aussie dollar, it's sitting in this supply zone. To me, this is a sideways trend. It's not really trending, I guess, but you know what I mean. It's a sideways market. So if I'm looking for anything, it would most likely be just a little scalp or like a 4-hour level. This is a good example here. You had a 4-hour level here. It broke, but you might have had a little day trade in there. I don't know, maybe right here. Actually, it did come and test it once. But yeah. We'll go over to Aussie yen. Similar picture. I like this supply zone better up here. 1 second. And then you also had this right there. Price was reacting off of that 2 times. It reacted off it again very nicely, actually. You know, you do have some buying right here. Not a huge fan of that. And you got some buying right here. Oh, sorry. And you got some buying right here. So keep an eye out for that. I'm not sure what's going to happen with the dollar or with the Aussie dollar. If you go to the monthly, it broke this monthly supply. There's more up above. I think it's going to push a little bit higher. That's just my own bias. I'm not going to trade based on that, but yeah. And that trend is sideways in my opinion. CAD yen. Kind of similar, actually. That would have been the supply zone on the other one. Had some demand right here. The reason I'm calling this demand is because, I mean, it's more buying, but there was kind of a little bit of a downtrend here. You did have some buying right here. Like, this was the original demand zone that had reacted. I think this isn't my normal layout chart, but this is what my normal layout looks like. I had this demand zone and then that one drawn. I like the engulfing candle here. And I like that it broke above this high. And you can even really do that. It's like on a little uptrend right now. CAD Swiss. Oh, let me get that out of there. I don't know why that's there. CAD Swiss, you got some demand here that it's reacting off of. Ultimately, I don't really like any of that. Like, you do have some buying right here, but it's kind of a reaction off of that. You see this, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of a reaction off of that. As far as supply goes, like, I guess that did break the low, so you do have some supply right here. So that's kind of your curve level here. You got your buyers and your sellers up here. Still, a lot of these pairs are in this range. Not a huge fan, and you could make the argument that it is a downtrend because it broke this low. This buying was removed. Sorry about that. Swiss yen, that was removed. So now we got to go back. Is this one still holding? I don't even really like that area, but there's just so much trading in this area. The real supply that I like, right there. So yeah, like I totally expect this zone to break now. As for demand, you had this zone here. Then you also had one right there. But yeah, that's what I see for that. Be careful in here too. If you're going to be trying to short all the way down here on a smaller time frame. But yeah, that's what I see for that. This did break that high, so you could make the argument. You know what? Even right here, you could draw that. You could make that argument that it's on an uptrend because it broke this supply zone right here. Yeah, EURUSD. Yeah, supply here. It's reacting off of that. Got demand down here. Other than that, I don't really see much else. By the time it gets down here, we can draw a zone probably next couple weeks if it does get down to there. But EURUSD, it's nothing exciting. It's just ranging right now. This is overall in a bigger supply zone. Yeah, but EURUSD is just sideways ranging right now. Euro pound, got a nice supply area right here. Did some more selling right here. Let me see in a second. Didn't even break that yet. This is a potential zone. It is a selling zone. Clearly people were selling here, but I would like to see this completely removed. I'd like to see that low removed before. As far as demand goes, you had a zone right here. I kind of like that zone. It kind of looks like a trap zone. Looks like a little bit of support was right here. So I would rather put my money around down here than right here. I'm obviously looking for confirmation too. So, you could even have that drawn out as your demand. It's wiki, but whatever. Yeah, that's Euro pound. Euro yen, I'm not a huge fan of these doji base zones, but it's whatever. It's still an area I don't really want to be buying around. As far as demand, that's tested. Didn't break that high. It's kind of ranging right now. A lot of these pairs are, again. Pound USD, wiki area up there of supply, but that's okay. Got your demand down here. I like that demand. And yeah, it's just been on a tear. It's on a... Did it break this supply zone? Not yet. So technically it is still sideways. I mean, it's really not. It's clearly on an uptrend, but I'm feeling like we're going to have a pullback probably. It's been on a tear. The reason I'm saying it's sideways is because only one supply zone was removed, and I have no ability to draw a momentum line right now because that's not a... This is my first valley. That is not a valley. That is a continuation pattern. Therefore, I cannot draw a trend line. Therefore, it is sideways. Once this high gets removed, then I will call it a uptrend. But that's what I see on the pound for now. 4 hour. Pretty nice trend on the 4 hour. Pound Swiss. Kind of a similar picture, a little bit just... It all looks like it's in a different area. I've had this demand zone drawn out for a while. Not the best demand zone, but it broke this demand here. Now it's just clear profit margin all the way down here. So I am looking to short around this area most likely. It's not the best area, but you know, if it gives me a confirmation, an opportunity, I probably will take it. Just keep an eye out for this here because this was responsible for breaking that. So there is going to be some buyers down there. Also, just keep an eye out for that too. I'm sure you'll see a reaction in there, so don't be shorting on any smaller time frames. Pound yen, not the best zone, but that's not the best either. Because this is more of a, I'd rather actually just draw it like that. It's already had a reaction. You got some sellers stepping in right now. You even got a nice 4-hour level right here. There you go. I like that 4-hour level. Why do I like that 4-hour level? Well, I removed this demand, and it removed that momentum line. That momentum line, a bunch of different momentum lines. However, some people draw them differently. That's what I like about that area for sure. New Zealand US dollar. You got some buying, some demand down here rather. That supply was broken. You do have a, I like that supply zone a lot right here. You know, you can even, it's already had a reaction off it if you want to draw it like that. There is some more selling up here too. This thing, I would classify this as an uptrend. See if it gave us a trade right here. Kind of gave us a little bit of a 4-hour zone, not the greatest zone, but you already can tell you had a reaction off of it here. But that's what I see for New Zealand US dollar. It's a pretty clear uptrend. Coming up to some supply though. It's gonna have a hard time. New Zealand yen. Supply up here. Had your demand down here. You got a little demand zone right here as well, or buying area, because that was supply that had reacted. I would say it's on an uptrend too. It seems like it's going to pull back, maybe get a buying opportunity in this area. US dollar Canadian has some nice supply zones on this pair. I've been waiting for. Price has just been price has just been taking its sweet old time though. Sorry about the sniffles, guys, too. Got bad allergies this time of year. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this area. I'll actually even draw it like that. Tighten it up. I really wanted to see this pivot removed. It wasn't. I'm sure there still will be a reaction off of here. But hopefully this is setting up for a nice trap area. People might see this as a resistance area. And then the true supply sitting right above. I'm not a huge fan of using continuation patterns when the trend line has been broken. So I will be looking for confirmation. But I mean, clearly this is supply. Look at that beautiful move away. Possible trap setup. I really like this area up here. USD Swiss. As far as demand goes, you got a pretty massive area up here of demand. But you might even be able to tighten that up on a 4-hour. Let's take a look. Maybe just draw it like that. Maybe even bring it up to those wicks. But you know what? No, I'll draw that, and then I'm also gonna draw that because you know what? I like that. I mean, I'm not a huge fan. That's a wiki. It's basic, but like, there's obviously buying stepping in. Look at this downtrend. There's obviously buying stepping down or stepping in down there. As far as supply goes, you got a supply zone right here. Broke that low. I like that. We are on. Well, we are on a downtrend. I'm just trying to find. Look at all this goop. Pretty difficult downtrend to draw. Something like that. You can even actually probably just do it like this if you really wanted to. I don't see this as a peak. I see this as a continuation pattern, but I think that's fine. You do have some weird little areas in this area though, like a couple little continuation patterns of supply, but that's okay. US dollar yen, really like that area. Probably won't be here up there this week. We will have to see and wait. As far as demand goes, you got this big wiki area. Clearly buyers are stepping in there. I hate that. This sucks. Not good at all. I would much rather just be a seller up here in that area. Confirmation. This pivot down here is holding up. I would like to see that removed. Then we can have a nice downtrend. Look for shorts on the 4 hour. But you got some buyers probably going to be stepping in here. And if this low gets broken, you might have some supply in this area. US Singapore dollar, you had a very nice reaction at this level. Seems like it doesn't really want to push away though. There's a continuation pattern that worked right here for supply. So it's in this range. And then as you can even see, some new, obviously this move away was nothing. But as you can see, this demand has been holding up right here. It's not demand, I would just call it buying. And then look at this, a lot of profit margin down here. So might be seeing a lot of profit margin up here. So this thing can either go up or down, obviously. And I think if it does, it's got a lot of room to go up and a lot of room to go down. So, all right, on to gold. We all have heard the news about gold. It did break the 1800 mark, which is huge. Not really the greatest thing for the economy in the US dollar, but yeah, that's just the reality of the world we live in today, I guess. You can almost draw this pretty aggressive momentum line up. I do see it having a pullback in gold, and in my opinion, that's just a buying opportunity. That's my own bias. There are some buying opportunities down here. Obviously, that not the greatest, but it's the start of that rally. Might even have true demand right here. Might be a trap setup. Fundamentally, I just don't see gold going down to that level. It might. I'm not sure what the Federal Reserve has up their ass to do, but we'll see. As far as supply goes, there's gonna be some problems up here for sure. So where are we at? We're at like 1800, right? So yeah, like we are in all this supply area. Like you can even almost just draw like that. Like this is a huge supply area, support and resistance area. Even right here, like it's kind of messy, but yeah, there's so many little supply areas, and like right before 2000, gold's gonna have trouble. But I don't think gold's just gonna, like I don't think that gold's just gonna go doom, but I think that it will be on a just slow chugging uptrend. That's just my own personal bias for gold. Silver. My opinion is almost the exact same on silver. I mean, I don't know if you guys can tell right now, but I'm a precious metals bug, I guess you could call it. Got a nice trap set up here for silver. I'm not saying that you should be shorting silver. I probably would short silver up there too. I like that zone. It's a really nice zone. I've never even seen that zone. Possible trap setup. Pretty clear uptrend though. I don't really like any of this for buying demand. I really like this area down here, like it, or that, but it's not. This is not great as far as buying goes. So I don't even really want to draw anything, guys. But I'm sure you'll see. I'm sure in this area you will see some sort of buying step in if price does get down to there. What I would like to see is for price to just come up here, maybe have a reaction off of that, come down here, make a nice base, then shoot up above that, maybe then get a pullback to this area right there, and then boom. That's what I'd like to see. We'll see what happens. Natural gas, I'm not going to go over that, you guys, unless you guys want me to. If you want me to go over natural gas, just let me know in the comments. Oil. Forex full disclosure, I bought USO. Way too early when I bought USO on the day of when oil went negative. Yeah, still not at break even. I still gotta go a little bit above because USO isn't exactly correlated, but I'm just hoping to get break even on that and get my money back. Anyways, though, oil has just been on a fucking tear. It's a huge tear. Very aggressive momentum line. A lot of demand, a lot of buying areas. Got one here that I don't mind. Not a huge fan of that one, but that's what I would have for oil. And then last but not least, the S&P 500. You got some supply up here. I think that that's a little too obvious. I just think that if price does want to go lower up here, I almost guarantee, just from my own personal experience, it'll probably just go like this, take everybody out and come down. It's just a little obvious. And then you got some selling right here. As far as demand goes, not really a huge fan of any of it, to be quite honest. Like there is some, I'm sure, like I said on oil, I'm sure, or forget which one it was, but you'll probably see some buying happen somewhere. I'm just not really too sure, because this is all kind of just gooply goop. I was gonna say maybe here, but that wick's kind of, so anyways. All right, guys, take care. If you made it this far, let me know in the comments. Take care.